WQHT, New York City, home of the Hot 97 VIP Lounge, where tonight it's a celebration of the new album from Nas, Street's Disciple, in stores tomorrow. You'll be among the first in the world to hear select cuts from the album. Plus, you'll hear Nas performing live in the Hot 97 VIP Lounge. Tonight's presentation of the Hot 97 VIP Lounge is sponsored by Fat Farm and Fat Farm's flagship store in Soho at 129 Prince Street. Now, from the Sony Studio soundstage in New York City, here's your host for the VIP Lounge, Angie Martinez.
Yes, y'all. It is time for another edition of the VIP Lounge. We have gathered a very excited group of people together in one small room here at Sony Studios to celebrate the release of Street's Disciple in stores tomorrow. Give it up for Nas, y'all!
What's up, people? Yeah.
I heard from somewhere in the audience, somebody said greatest rapper of all time. Do you feel like that, Nas?
Nah.
Is that modest, Nas, or is that you really don't feel like that?
Sometimes I do, but sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
Why not? I mean, you got a whole generation out there that came before me, so it's hard to really say.
Of all time.
Yeah.
But sometimes. So, big day tomorrow, albums in stores, Street's Disciple.
Yeah.
How you feel?
Feel great. It feels crazy.
I was telling you, I was telling you before that I just heard the album for the first time yesterday, and it feels like the most personal album that you've ever done in terms of your life. Like you're really talking about your life specifically.
Yeah, I try not to do that too.
And what happened?
You sit there in the studio, and then you want to make some records. I could listen to a mixtape or something and hear what they doing, and you start to get amped up to do your thing. But then when I sit down to write it, I had another story to tell. So I was like, man.
You had 2 CDs worth of story to tell. It's a double album.
Man.
I mean, you go through everything from getting married to talking about losing your mom. I mean, you're real personal stuff that you've been through, I guess.
Yeah, I felt like I got a little personal with the last album. So with this one, it was like kind of like the continuation, but also to seal it shut, after this point. And plus, I realized like not too many people share the real in their music, you know what I'm saying? It's so guarded, because you want to protect your life and stuff.
You seem like the most ever not guarded that you've ever been, because you've been through guarded phases. Like we've had a lot of interviews and you had this shell almost, but it seems like you seem like the most free you've ever been.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing to hide. It's like I'm good with everything.
You're comfortable.
And that vulnerability, when you're vulnerable, I like that. It gives you strength, you know what I'm saying? When you open up and you let them see what you're made of, and you realize you could use that as strength.
He's gonna perform tonight for you guys. We're gonna do a couple, we're gonna get a couple joints out of Nas tonight. Don't worry about that. And we're also gonna give you some joints off the album. Obviously, this is what we do at the VIP Lounge. Nas's album will be in stores tomorrow. And the first joint we're gonna play is Nazareth Savage.
Yeah, let's play that.
Hello, Nas.
I'm here. Yeah.
Tell him what it is real quick. Just give him a little.
The beat came on. I just, just playing, just having fun. Nazareth Savage. It's just. I don't really know what that means really.
You don't? There's no specific meaning?
I knew what it meant when I wrote it, but I don't remember right now. Yeah.
That's hilarious. All right, so we'll all listen to it, and then we'll figure it out together.
Yeah, let's do it.
Off the album, in stores tomorrow, Street's Disciple. Nas in the building, it's the VIP Lounge. Let's go. This is Nazareth Savage. Come on.
I wanna be the one with me, Straight Savage.
Yeah. Nazareth Savage on the VIP Lounge. Angie Martinez, Nas in the building, in stores tomorrow, Street's Disciple.
Yeah.
All
right.
So on the album, like I said, you talk actually so many different topics. One topic, and the next song that we're gonna play is called "These Are Our Heroes."
Yeah.
Now, Kobe takes a bad one on this song.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Maybe you can explain why, or why you even felt you needed to address it.
In the media, you see a lot of young, successful people, and a lot of times those people automatically become role models. And someone like Kobe and a lot of the athletes out there that make it to the top and then get taken down by something like a sex rap. Like, let's face it, the multi-millionaire superstar, most of them don't have to rape women.
Right.
But they, so I don't think Kobe has to rape a woman. I wasn't there, but he's not the first athlete to be accused of a rape or something like that. And what it does is diminishes the whole everything about him that would influence a child. It's like something that's instilled in the back of our minds. What happens is when it's done on television like that, it's a disgrace. And I feel like once he kind of got over the rap, he beat the rap, he instead turned around and talked about Shaquille O'Neal did the same
that was
thing.
Nasty, yeah.
Instead of saying things to make it an issue that we all should deal with so that it doesn't happen to the next ball player, he didn't say anything that, about how dramatic and how insane those charges were against him, and how it's something that's happening every year to multiple athletes.
So your beef is almost really not about what happened, it's about how he handled what happened.
Right, because the heroes that we did have, it's called These Are Our Heroes because these are the guys that they're tearing down. They say these are our heroes and they tear them down in front of your face. Muhammad Ali was a real hero because he did more than just box. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of actors went down in history, like Paul Robeson, who was who was blacklisted from Hollywood years ago. And a lot of actors do, try to make a change or try to help out some way. But then you got a lot of actors who are toms, I feel like, and Hollywood is already an industry that is not really.
You have a real thing with Cuba Gooding Jr., don't you?
I like Cuba Gooding Jr. I think he's a great actor. I think when I saw he did something radio.
Yeah.
When he had these teeth in his mouth.
Yeah.
Man, I was appalled, man.
But wait, didn't you, the first time you said something about him was before radio? Didn't you said something about him?
No, I bigged him up. I said I was like an instinct like Cuba Gooding stepping out the latest toy.
Right, okay.
Because he's in the movie Instinct, Basic Instinct.
Right.
But I just threw his name up in there. I like his talent. But it's
the
like,
teeth, you didn't like them.
Man, the teeth, man.
You felt everything he did.
I feel like, the doing cartwheels for the awards, I mean, it's a little much, man. And I feel like when they're in these places of power, like I did one mic, when you get that mic in your face, you can say what you feel. You can really say something that can affect people. They don't say nothing.
Right.
It's that much. Like, you can say something. I mean, you ain't got to be a preacher. You ain't got to be a preacher or nothing, but, do you have a conscience? You know what I'm saying? Do you have any conscience? I'd like to know that. Like, if I'm going to get into Hollywood, do I got to put big teeth in my mouth?
Yo, he really got an issue with the teeth.
I need to know.
You seem like you would be home and you really would get mad in your house watching the movies. Like, you really tight, right? Like, you really got tight.
I can't take it. I can't take it, man.
He made a song about it.
I call those brothers coons.
He does on this song. He does.
It's called Coon Picnic.
No.
But see, picnic has come from when they used to call pick a nigga on Sundays. There's a pick a nigga and hang him. That's where the word picnic comes from, and that's why I call it Coon Picnic. But it's these are our heroes, so we can look at our heroes today and say, really?
Wow. All right, let's get to it, man. Off the album, in stores tomorrow. Streets Disciple, Nas is in the building, baby. The VIP Lounge. Let's go. Yeah. That is Reason off the album, in stores tomorrow. Streets Disciple, Nas is in the building. It is the VIP Lounge. Welcome back.
Yeah.
We have a nice crowd here tonight, Nas.
Really beautiful crowd.
So I I thought I knew, a lot or, everything, but I didn't even realize that you were producing. I didn't know he produced One Mic. Did you guys know that? You did? She did. She's like, stupid? Of course he did. What's wrong with you? Well, there's another joint on this album, too, that you produced. It's like a biography of Rakim, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, unauthorized biography of Rakim.
So from the whole song, from the top to the end, is all about Rakim's life. Has he heard it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't you have to check your facts? Don't you have to call him up? Or?
That's why it's the unauthorized version.
So he might listen and go, well, that didn't exactly happen like that.
It's like you read something on Princess Di. It ain't all to the letter. You know what I mean? But
right.
I met him when I was 16, and he's been one of my favorites. And I know a lot of people who know him, so I just took things I've heard, things I've seen, things I've read, and put it into a song.
I made a whole song about Rakim. It's crazy. And you're going to do another one on the next album. A KRS one will be the next one, right? It'll be like a series.
Yeah.
That's a hot idea, right? All right, we're going to play a couple more joints off the album. And, of course, Nas will be performing tonight on the VIP Lounge. Don't tell nobody I told you, but I heard his daddy is in the building, too.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be right back. The VIP Lounge. Don't move. Nas in stores tomorrow. Yeah.
More of the Hot 97 VIP Lounge is coming up. Now, back to the Hot 97 VIP Lounge with Nas, celebrating the release of his new album, Streets Disciple, in stores tomorrow.
Yes, baby. Welcome back to the VIP Lounge. That's off the album. In stores tomorrow. Streets Disciple. Nas is in the building.
Yeah.
So listen, this is what's going to happen. We're going to get to some audience questions in a few minutes, and then, of course, Nas is going to perform. So I want to run through. Yeah, you could applaud for that. That's all right. And of course, we're giving you a nice little taste of the album, but it's a double album, so there's a lot of songs. Obviously, we're not going to play every song tonight, but there's a song on the album called "Getting Married," where it almost sounds like you did it already.
All right, man.
So, did you?
No, I didn't.
You didn't, yeah.
No.
So it's just this is what your vision of what it would be.
Yeah, I went to a few of my friends' weddings and stuff, and you kind of see how they get ready and the nervousness and players, when players make the transition, that's a nervous thing. So I thought it'd be real G to talk about it, because I never heard nobody talk about it. It's like, it's against the rules.
Yeah, right.
But I think it's real player to do it.
Now you're ready. You're ready to share.
Yeah, I think it's good for dudes that ain't gonna do it and chicks that ain't doing it. It's like, I think it's cool for them to live vicariously through the song, through my song.
Why do you think most people won't do it? Just not being ready, or
fear and not being ready, and it's too many fears.
What made you not be scared? You know what I'm saying? Was it the relationship? Was it Khalees that made you decide to be this open, or was it something you decided even before you met her?
Yeah, I think I've been to hell and back a couple of times. Mm-hmm. I got a free pass there.
To hell?
Whenever I want to stop.
They have a room waiting just in case?
It's a room there for me, man. I don't stay long. I just pass through, throw up the finger, and keep it moving. But, I came to that point in my life where I definitely wanted somebody that's there to just hold me down. You know what I'm saying? Hold me down. Have my back. I got your back. And let's rock.
Did you know right away? This is that person?
Right away, man. She was tall and she
nice.
She smiled. She had like a gold tooth in her bottom tooth. She still was elegant and fly. I was like, I like that, dog. And she was like, word. So we hung out and it was all good. When you know, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a big fan of hers. I was a big fan of hers. I always thought she was really original. Mm-hmm. And I never met her. So when I met her, it was out of nowhere. I was like, oh, cool.
This is it.
Yeah.
There's a really cute skit on the album too where she says, okay, if I give you one free pass before we get married to go back to any of, to hit off one of your ex-girls, any girl, if you get one free pass, who would it be? And there's nobody. You said, right?
Nah.
That's the right answer too.
Nobody. I don't want nobody.
And then and then he has a song where he goes through some of his past.
Yeah, you gotta hear that
experience.
It's
some of the wild broads in Nas's past. How are they dealing with this newfound monogamous relationship, Nas?
I don't know. I don't
Good
know.
answer.
I wish them the best, though. Whoever you are.
Wherever they may be.
Wherever you may be.
That's an excellent answer.
You know?
And just real quick too, before we get to the next song, you have a very interesting take on this whole voting, especially in a time where everybody is so pro voting and pro being involved in trying to change the system. You kind of you throw your hands up a little bit, right?
I mean, my whole thing is like I supported everybody that went out to vote to make a change because we need a change.
Right.
But I didn't believe the people that I didn't believe in the people that we were asking for. And I
you didn't
say,
think Kerry was going to do anything?
Nah.
For the hood, right?
I've never seen in history one president do anything. I mean, what we should do, let me take Kerry with me down to Central Bookings and show him how many blacks and Latinos, most of them innocent, you know, are in handcuffs like slaves, man. Some of them arrested right in front of their homes. And they, you know, right in front of their homes, just no ID or racially profiled. And people think it's not real. They think, no, that's not real. No, I see it, man. They should take some of the presidents to the jails and see who's in there and say, why don't you care about this? There's not one president that ever helped, that I know of.
So what's your answer?
That ever helped.
What's your answer to a change without being involved in the process?
It starts with yourself. I don't believe somebody in D.C. is going to help Nasir Jones. You know what I'm saying? It starts with yourself. Even though I don't want to give up on the government, I do think we should.
Do you applaud some of the efforts of the people, or do you just anti the whole? You know, I mean, Russell's been doing this for
I
a long
applaud Russell. I told Russell he should run for president. You know what I'm
and
saying?
then you have a reason to vote.
then I'd register to vote. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so you should check that song on the album featuring Khalees, America's Way.
American Way. Yeah.
American Way. Yeah. We're gonna get to a joint right now called Just a Moment. That what you talking
a new
about?
artist I got from Virginia, Quan.
This is off the album In Stores Tomorrow. Streets Disciple. Nas is in the building. It's a VIP lounge, baby. We got a performance coming up soon too. Don't move. Yeah. Welcome once again to the VIP lounge. If you guys are just tuning in out there in Radio Land. Big shout to everybody in the building today. Nas is here. The album is in stores tomorrow. Streets Disciple.
Yes, ma'am.
Double album.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have some people in the audience that have some questions. Step up to the mic.
Hi, Angie. Hi, Nas.
Hey there.
I'm KJ from Jersey, and I got a question for Nas. And it's what direction do you see hip hop going, and what is your role in the movement that it's headed in right now?
It's bigger than I ever thought it would be, and when I got into it, and it's honestly, I listened to a lot of the late 80s guys and even the 90s, and out of all the decades, this hasn't met the other decades, like the 80s and the 90s. I don't think that it has met that yet, but it has the potential to and go even further.
Hi, what up, Nas?
What up?
I'm Cynthia from the Bronx. I wanted to know if Jay was to ever come out of retirement, would he ever do an album with him?
Why not?
Really? Wow, that's big. Did something happen that we don't know about, or that's just your attitude now? It's just you're open to whatever.
I'm cool with whatever that's gonna move people. You know, that's gonna be real.
Wow, that's big. This joint is off the album. It's with Buster's called Suicide Bounce. Nice little old school vibe to this right here.
Yeah, and I produced this too.
Suicide Bounce. Nas in stores tomorrow. Streets Disciple. It's the VIP lounge, baby. Let's do it. Suicide Bounce. Once again, welcome to the VIP lounge. Oh man, this is what's gonna happen. We're getting ready for a performance in a couple of minutes, right? We're gonna go a couple of things. Don't move, man. A live performance from Nas off the album In Stores Tomorrow. Streets Disciple. It's the VIP lounge, baby. Do not move.